Hey, this is Jeffrey from SSW, and today I want to talk to you about a new feature recently added to EagleEye, which is Webhooks. Let's jump into it. So this is the main EagleEye portal, and as you can see, EagleEye provides nice reports based on your company's emails. For example, if I zoom in a little here, we're looking at emails that contain the words check by, and we can see that the main user here is Toby. Now, in the context of EagleEye, this check by here is actually called a tag. So I'm going to click on the tag section on the left. And we can see we have a bunch of tags here. And this is the check by we just talked about. Now, my favorite feature in tags is called Webhooks. And Webhooks are actions that are triggered when specific emails are found. So let me give you an example of what I use it for. Let's just say I would like to receive some Teams notification whenever I receive a very positive email, very happy, or a very bad email. So what I've done is I've sent these two emails to myself for the purpose of this video. So one is about a fictional client, which was very happy with the work we did for them. And one about a very unhappy client because some deployment failure happened last night. So now let's set this up in EagleEye. So the first thing we need to do is to create a tag. So these have been already created here. So the sentiment positive and sentiment negative. So I'm going to click on the positive one here. So the first thing to notice here is that tags can be normal, so have a non-AI type. So in this case, they would just follow a bunch of rules, such as here. By the way, you can see that here I've added this rule just to scan the email that I've sent to myself. But obviously, I would remove this line if I wanted to scan the whole company. And the second type is called AI. Now, if you click on this AI button here, you would actually be able to add a prompt here. And this prompt, I've actually created using ChatGPT. And what it does is it actually looks for emails that contains very positive words such as ecstatic, thrilled, etc. Now that's great. The tag actually is going to find this highly positive email. Now the next step is to associate a webhook. So if you scroll down a little, here is the webhook section. So when such a positive email is found, it's going to trigger this specific URL. And in this scenario, we've created a Power Automate workflow that actually is going to be triggered. I'm going to show you what it does here. So it's very simple. Whenever this URL is hit here, it's going to send a message to a specific Teams channel. So in this case, the one called good and bad emails. And this is the message that's going to be sent. Now let's see this in action. So I'm going to go back to EagleEye and click into the scan manual over there. And here I can actually do a new scan. I can select the date of the email I want to do the scan over. So this is going to be the 17th of June, which is when I send this email I've just showed you. And I want it for the sentiment positive and negative tags. I'm going to click on create. And this is now going to start running the scan for this particular day over the whole company's emails. And it should take about 10 minutes to run. So I'll see you after that.
A few moments later.
All right, so the scan just finished and it took about 8 minutes to complete. Now I want to look into Teams and see if I receive my notifications. So if I go into the chat that I talked about before, good and bad emails, I can see that I've received two cards. One is the negative one about the negative email, and one is the positive one about the other email here. So everything worked as planned. Now back into the portal, I want to show you one last feature. We have this triggers section over here. So if I click on it, this is actually going to show me the list of webhooks that were triggered in the past. And we can see here that the two that I triggered at 3 p.m. today are the positive and negative ones. So we have a trace of all the webhooks in the portal. So this was just one example of how you can use webhooks. And I'm curious to know, how would you like to use webhooks in your life? Thank you for watching this video. This was Jeffrey from SSW talking about webhooks in EagleEye. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one.